God's creation can evoke feelings of calm and rest, such as when we look at a sunset or blue calm waters. But it can also evoke fear and trembling. For some, fear and trembling comes at the sound of thunder or the siren's warning of a tornado. I live in an area where tornadoes have touched down over the years. In fact, the fourth worst tornado in U.S. history occurred here in Elkhart, Indiana, on Palm Sunday in 1965. Over 130 people were killed and 1,300 injured. One of my best friends growing up had a dad who was paralyzed because of the storm. I remember my dad telling me stories about cars and animals blown into trees. I've never actually been in a tornado, and I hope I never will be, but I'm sure that fear and trembling would be my response if I ever was. Now imagine for a second a storm in heaven. How would that make us feel? Well, John the Apostle could answer that question. He experienced it. Look at with me Revelation 4, verse 5 through 6a. From the throne came flashes of lightning and rumblings, and peals of thunder. And before the throne were burning 7 torches of fire, which are the 7 spirits of God. And before the throne there was, as it were, a sea of glass like crystal. In these verses, John continues giving a description of this vision of God on his throne in heaven. It is not a depiction of God himself, for he is a spirit being, not of flesh and bone. But it is a depiction of what surrounds the throne of God. And it is both beautiful and frightening. It included beautiful brightness, a rainbow, but also lightning and thunder and fire. If verses 3 and 4 remind us of his beauty, verses 5 and 6 remind us of his awesome power. If the previous verses remind us to worship, these verses remind us to be in reverential awe. God is beautiful and powerful. He is the God of the still waters, and he is the God of the crashing waves. When we come into the presence of God in prayer and praise, we need to remember to adore his beauty and show reverence for his power. May we take comfort that he makes beauty out of ashes, and may we take courage that his power has disarmed the powers of the enemy. May we live with the balance of seeing God's beauty and being in awe of his power and majesty. May we come humbly into his presence and live boldly as a result of it. Amen.